So we're now looking at money creation and tax, which is the next step of their argument. So again, the first thing to notice is we have, sort of this really what we're showing here is sort of proving that the student has done their own reading of academic material specifically, right? Um, and this is because, they are showing the sensitivity, they're showing basically a sensitivity analysis um, of tax change effects on GDP. So this is really interesting. They've gone and read these books. They've read Roma and Roma 2010. They've read Cloyne. They've read Mertens, and they've put in the results. So this is something that you can incorporate. If you go and read your own material, you can find some useful stuff that you can take and put in. And it's incredibly useful because it just demonstrates to the person marking your essay just how much you've read in your own spare time. And that's the real key to this whole thing. It's all about demonstrating and showcasing what you can do, right? So that's the real sort of, that's the real kind of key to this thing. Okay, so let's go further. Again, we will just sort of breeze over this bit of material here, but despite this, when it comes to printing money, there are serious concerns about worsening income inequality. And this, of course, links to the diagram. So they talk about how you can exacerbate inequality when the tax structure is not necessarily perfectly progressive. And they talk about, static changes in a 1%, what actually happens with a 1% change in the tax, how does it actually manipulate the economy? And that's the real key to this point here. So furthermore, money creation disproportionately benefits the wealthy. It's quite a bold statement, but once again, the student does an excellent job of backing it up. So studies have shown that rapid money creation has contributed to the speculative activity and bubbles in the stock market. This is likely due to lowered interest rates and greater confidence encouraging investment into riskier markets. So again, there's another example there. Then, of course, they talk about the greatest benefit of relying solely on exactly, the sort of sole reliance on sort of the monetary financing would be increased flexibility in implementing the fiscal policy. So again, that's another sort of consideration to throw in here. But again, money printing is, it's a risky kind of topic in the sense that it does impose a static increase, holding all other variables fixed on your money supply, which risks inflationary pressure. And that's exactly what they're talking about here. And they finally say that fiscal stimuli are essential to minimizing the impacts of an economy-wide recession as they boost economic activity more quickly and sometimes more effectively than alternatives. So that's the real kind of key point. They also mention the zero lower bound, which is a very critical fundamental theorem of taxation theory. So that's something that, again, the theory standard really in this essay is kind of first year of university standard. And this is also the kind of level that I talk about in my other lectures that I've recorded for you. So I encourage you to go and watch those if you can. But yeah, that's really the standard we're shooting for here, is, this kind of sort of university standard discussion, mentioning things such as the zero lower bound and interest rates.